Welcome back to Hot Kopics, the famous now podcast on the Kop TV, the weekly podcast with myself, AGT, and the main man, Freestyle DM. How are we, fella?
Well, lad, made up, yeah.
Shame about the
Yeah, I was
Arsenal.
just about to sing.
Da, da, da. Shame about the Arsenal. Da, da, da. Shame about the Arsenal. Bash, bash, bash. Hold that!
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, we'll get on
not
to
for
them.
anybody else.
We'll get on to them. Smash that like button. Get your comments in after Liverpool sail through to the next round against Accrington Stanley. We now play against Plymouth
Boss.
away in the cup, a place where we went in 2016-17.
And Lucas Lavia scored.
Lucas Lavia.
I remember because he very rarely scored a goal, mate. So you got to keep them in your brain. And I love Lucas Lavia because
Yeah, and he scored another FA Cup goal against Havant and Waterlooville in 2000.
How many goals did he score? Like 4? 3?
I can pretty much name them. He scored one against Steaua Bucharest. He scored one against the French team in Europe. About 5.
Yeah.
About 5. Won't
That's
go
great.
into it too much. But yes, welcome back. Good to see you. Big week this. Actually, it's not even a big week. First of all, we play Forest on
It's a big
Tuesday.
week personally and
Yes.
football.
Friday, it's my B day.
Yeah.
So do the right thing,
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I'm going to Brentford away.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a season-defining week, Doyle.
It definitely is. We're playing
must
against
be.
the most informed team in Europe, which is Nottingham Forest.
In Europe?
In Europe,
Really?
You heard me. Go and look it up, lad.
Oh,
This
shit.
is mad. I can't believe what.
What year is this? 1978 or
What's
something?
going on, buddy? Where's Brian? And also Brentford, who are the best team at home
They
in
were
the league.
until
they're
Plymouth
not.
just
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
them.
Yeah. Until they got.
And we
swamped
would
by
have been
Plymouth for
playing
some reason.
Brentford if Brentford won that game in the cup. But we'll get on to the latter stages
Massive,
of the week.
massive
Let's look
this.
back at the weekend. Do you know what, Doyle? I fell back in love with the FA Cup and football again this
Yeah.
weekend. I have, periods where I move in and out of my adoration for the game, the state of the game, each individual trophy. But I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I loved this weekend, and I'll tell you why. Right? I didn't love the 12:15 kickoff, right?
No, that's early.
And Tegan came with me, and you know what she's like, leaving the house on time.
Alex.
Honestly, I'm like, babe, and we were in the lounge as well, so we had food and drink.
Cannot be late.
We cannot. We are leaving at 10:29, right? Because I want to get a good 45 in the
A
lounge.
little pint in that.
Yeah, of course, and we did. So yeah, we made our way down to the ground. You know what Tegan's like; she always wants tickets to the big games and that.
Yeah.
And I said, I got you
The
2
big ones,
tickets on
innit?
Saturday. She went, is it City? Is it, yeah, she doesn't speak like that. Is it City? Is it United? Is it Chelsea? I went, no, baby, it's Accrington Stanley. She went, who are they? And I said, exactly.
Milk and that, innit?
Yeah, man. So we headed on down to Anfield. Frosty, mate. She was getting me to film these fit checks, boy and a girl go to Anfield. And I was just like, babe, forget all of that. Yeah.
Fair play to her, lad.
Yeah, she loved it, mate. We went down there, got amongst it in the lounge. In the Carlsberg dugout lounge, right? And you know me, I like my Scouse, as you do. Belter Scouse in there, bro. Really, really
Expect
good.
not unless if
Exactly.
you
Tegan
wanna-
said that. She said if they can't get a Scouse right in here, where are they going to get it
Exactly
right?
that, yeah. Well done.
So I'm just giving you the story of the day. So we had a bit of a Scouse. We had a sausage, egg, hash brown muffin. Decent. It's all free. So we were just waffling it down. And then you know when it's like before midday and you're on the pints, that first one doesn't go down, because you've still got like
Early,
toothpaste
lad.
toothpaste
It's
smell
11 o'clock in
and,
the
and
morning.
feel in your mouth. So I was getting that down. It didn't go down great, to be honest. I've had better Guinnesses. 13 quid
For
as
one
well.
Guinness?
I said, Jesus, we in London.
That can't be
2
real.
for 2.
Opposite.
But anyway, we took our seats, sitting next to a lovely old gentleman called John. So if you're watching this, John, he went, what is it, Kop TV, lads? I went, they are, John. So if you're watching, John, big up to you.
Gian.
And it was a strong lineup, bro.
It
Trent was captain. We saw a lot of the big names involved. And what I have to hail up here is Arne Slot's management of this game, because he could have easily just thrown all the kids out. And don't get me wrong, for the first half an hour, Liverpool were poor. Nunes again missed 2 sitters to really give us that cushion going into the second half. But the first goal did come from a Nunes assist, Jota goal.
He's good at that.
And do you know what? I have to shout out their fans as well. They were very respectful, and it was vice versa. I've seen all the tweets saying how welcoming Liverpool were. And there's obviously history with these 2 clubs as well, both Northwest, the Milk advert from 1985 or whatever.
This was, like, little
Yeah,
football culture
it was one for the purists. And Tegan, you know, she barely knew any of our players on the pitch, apart from Rio. I was going, look at this kid, Rio.
Insane.
She's going, go on, Rio, after 5 minutes. And what a first half performance from that boy. I said it in my fan cams. He's one to watch. And hold that, Matisse. We came under your silly little Cobham Academy and we just pinched him away from you. So hold that, Chelsea fans. Yeah.
Their fault, lad.
What did you make of his first half performance, his debut, the youngest ever player in the FA Cup for Liverpool?
He was spot on, weren't he, lad? He looks like the perfect mix of a lad that's done loads of cones but played in the cage as well. Does that make sense? His ability on the ball is definitely evident.
How do you defend that?
You can't really. He has that many touches on the ball.
On
he's got that energy. He's got that wily energy where he's moving left and right 17 times before you've even looked at the ball at his feet. Yeah. He's just onto it. I like them. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. But for a 16-year-old to come on and have a performance like that, there was a move that he did. There's two in particular. One when he's right on the byline. Yeah. It's tight. It's incredibly tight. He leans to the right like he's going to shimmy over here and he drags the ball to the left and just doesn't. They're grown men that he's doing, by the way. 28, 27, 26, big strong fellas. And then there was another one, picks the ball up on the same side of the pitch, runs into the player around another one and just lifts it off to Tsimikas, I think it was. But it was just brilliant. What a great little debut. And also, no fear from the lad. Just wants to run at these fellas. And he did. He was brilliant, lad. What did you think of him?
Oh,
I thought he was boss, lad.
He had me off my seat more than anyone else in that first half. Exciting, and I think when you're there to actually witness a moment like that, a 16-year-old, I'll never forget his debut. And that's what I want to give credit to Arne Slot for, because, yeah, you can chuck Rio in, but don't worry, Soboslai's there. Yep. We've got Nunes, Jota. Yep. The midfield was strong as well. Force. Endo was fantastic at centre-back. Oh.
We love you, Watter.
Have we ever said a bad word against this fella?
Can you ever say a bad word about Watter? And if we can't find you saying a bad word about Watter, we'll come and see you, lad. Yeah, because Watter's the.
I was saying to Tegan, he's my little warrior. I love him.
My little warrior. I don't think he would appreciate
Japanese
that.
king.
Yeah,
he's the captain of Japan. Tegan went, really? Is
Scouse
he?
Samurai, lad. That's what he is.
That's what he is, warrior. Bro. So listen, 1-0, second goal from Trent. We have to talk about that. Because, bro...
Oh, let me just say one more thing, by the way, about Rio.
What a finish.
Rio needs to look at Luis Diaz, because they're very similar profiles when it comes to one-on-one, beating a man, being direct. And just needs to have a little look how Diaz has adapted his game to be a little bit more of a goal scorer as well. If he does that, mate, this kid, serious little player. But yes!
And do you know what I realised when I was watching the game? I was like, hang on, this kid's half my age.
He's 16, bro.
I'm 31 this week, so not... bang on half.
Lad, he's 16 years old.
He's only just turned 16.
Think about you when you were 16.
I know, that's what I said to Tegan. They had this, I have to almost apologise. They had this big, you know, the Baldy number 5 they had at centre back. I was going to Tegan, he's working in the Asda tomorrow, that fella. Just because obviously look, they are in League 2, but you look at someone like Tamworth, for example, the lad who was skinning up Pedro Porro is a sales assistant at Zara. Yeah, there was teachers, but that goes back to why I fell in love with the game again, because all these little stories that pop up. For instance, the coach for Accrington Stanley used to coach Trent when he was 6 or 7. Trent remembered him. Yeah. And all these little offshoot stories. Yes, they lost 4-0. It probably wasn't a 4-0 game, but the actual fact it should have been 5, 6 or 7. But they gave a very good account of themselves. A couple of Scouse lads as well, that when they came off Josh Woods, he clapped the whole stadium. The Kop clapped him back because that's his dream fulfilled. He's played at Anfield now. Yeah. He had a little chat with Arnie after, hit the bar. Yeah. They missed a header as well.
There's players in these teams, right, that I guarantee you could be Premier League players. The only difference with them is the coaching. That's what it's all down to.
And a bit of luck. They haven't maybe had the luck.
No, yeah, with the team-wise. But I mean, yeah, in their career, you mean personally, yeah. I do believe that coaching goes a long way, because when you're looking at individuals, like you said, that lad for Tamworth who was playing left back, was it? He was brilliant, lad. And if you get some more coaching, or he got coaching on an earlier stage of his career, you never know where he could be, lad. Like, look at somebody like Jamie Vardy, for example. Yeah. Came from Fleetwood Town.
Great example.
And then look how amazing he did in the Premier League, and still is, by the way, still performing at 36, 37. There are absolute ballers in the lower leagues, and it's testament to the FA Cup to let them shine a little bit, lad, because that's what football's all about. It could be me or you that playing for Accrington Stanley or Tamworth or whatever, lad. Wow, we're doing this. You know what I mean? Love that type of pyramid that they've got going in the English game. It's wonderful, lad. I love it. Yeah,
and there's pluses, there's minuses. Obviously, you know, Tamworth wanted a replay after that 90 minutes.
That's the bad thing,
which is bad for them. But you know what? At the same time, they were sponsored by the Sun. Yeah, and they hiked up the ticket prices for the locals as well. So hold that, Tamworth. Yeah. I went past there this morning on the train. hold that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say hold that.
You
If
know
you're
where
sponsored by
Tamworth
the
was?
Sun, it's just outside of Birmingham.
Yeah, unlucky then. You'd
Yeah,
probably deserve it.
yeah, exactly. So hold that with your 3G pitch. But back onto the Liverpool game. The third goal, Jayden Danns, right? And I don't know if you saw the fan cams, Doyle, but Nunes, but Mario was saying, Nunes, that's how you score. That's a number 9. You come on, one chance, one goal, bosh.
That was Nunes. It was over the bar. We know it was. No, it would have been.
It would have been, potentially. Yeah. But Jayden Danns, right, he's played less than 90 minutes accumulated for Liverpool Football Club, and he scored 3 goals already.
Because he's a natural goal scorer, lad. Don't know if you've watched any of his academy stuff, lad. He scores back heels and stuff.
Against United, I saw that one.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think his overall game is there.
I think he's just a goal scorer,
I think he is an absolute out-and-out finisher, similar to Haaland in that respect.
And Harry Kane.
Yeah. You don't want them to be anywhere else but in that 6-yard box to sweep up whatever happens. He needs to stay close to Jota, learn from him, stay close to Mo Salah, and again, similar to what I was talking about Rio, learn how they've adapted their game to grow a little bit more aside from the finishing. But that kid needs to be on the bench. He should be, because he's a goal threat. He can get goals for us.
Do you remember when we played Forest last year? He came on. Right?
And was it the one when he scored the dink?
No. So that was Southampton in the cup. But when we were away at Forest last year, Nunes had a 100th minute. You remember it, right?
Yeah.
Purple kit.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Danns was on the pitch with him as well. So he, even under Klopp, was used as a super sub / goal threat.
He needs to be.
Scored 2 in the FA Cup last season at home to the Saints. So what do you guys think? This is a big hot topic today. The future of Jayden Danns and Rio. Very exciting for Liverpool Football Club. I thought McConnell did really well when he came on. Tyler Morton held it down in the middle.
He looks like he's just, honestly, I think Tyler Morton, in my opinion, he's either ready to start for Liverpool or ready to go somewhere else.
I think he'll go out on loan in January.
When you're watching him play, he's not scared. He carries himself like a grown man on the pitch, lad. Doesn't lose the ball. Great. Yeah. Honestly, the only bad thing he did was a shot over the bar, but even that wasn't even that bad. So
yeah, it wasn't that far.
Honestly,
over.
That kid needs to be somewhere playing.
And Trey Anoyi, I heard Fuad talking about him on FCM last night, mate. He looks about 14, but he plays like he's 29.
It's crazy.
He's just got so much maturity. Scored that great goal in pre-season. So listen, the future is looking good for Liverpool Football Club. Concer's there as well. And obviously, there's other names
in there be flying about as well, lads.
And I don't think we should sell any of these lads, unless we're not Chelsea, we're not Forest trying to boost up the PSR. So the 4th goal is, oh my God, who scored the 4th? Federico Chiesa. Now, in the preview to this game, Doyle, I said if he doesn't at least start or have some involvement in this game against Accrington Stanley, he's got to go in January. But listen, he came on at just after half time. And again, going back to why I gave Slot so much credit is Szoboszlai, half time, you're off. You've had your little minutes. Yeah. He's wearing a headband now as well, Sobo. You're now fit and fresh for Tuesday night. Really good management of the game. Perfect kind of balance of youth and experience that was obviously enough to win us the game. And I was just, I left that, it was freezing, but I left feeling really warm because I was, don't get me wrong, there was a small percentage as we were heading down to the ground where I said to Tegan, if we lose this game, I'm not coming in on Monday. I can't. If we lost at Anfield, no. So I'm glad we didn't. 4-0, like I said, could have been 6 or 7. And I was just really happy with the overall performance, the vibes, the fact that we didn't get any injuries as well is a big one. And yeah, talk about Chiesa's finish, because I'll be honest, bro, he could have scored a hat-trick, maybe even 4. Hit the post, hit the side netting twice, and I was buzzing for him. I celebrated that goal probably more than any other goal, and I looked down, and who's he celebrating in front of at the Kop end? Mario. The person that gave him his introductory tour to Anfield about 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. So it was a good goal, man. Really good goal.
He hit the post just before it as well. I do like Chiesa. I'm trying to get on board with him. I think he is definitely not match fit yet. When I was watching his performance, he would always leave the ball to run through his body so he'd catch it on his right. And when you're in the Premier League, you haven't got time to let the ball go through your legs, lad. You're going to have to touch it with your left and cut in. And I want to see if he's up to that type of pace. But he was good against the Accrington Stanley side. That he should be better than. He hit the post just before it, and then he scored a goal, which were early in the Premier League. Won't go in either. It was a bit bobbly, in my opinion. Yeah, keeper gets to that. It's a bit bobbly, lad.
The keeper hits the post and goes ages. In.
Yeah. But
I know what you're saying, because if that's
a bobbly shot, that lad. I don't know if you watched it. It's the
floor
like 5 times before it goes in, lad. Which is it went in, well on,
He's a P-roller.
But in the Premier League, I think he's going to have to raise his standards a little bit.
And he knows that.
But happy to see him running, not injured after the game, and can potentially be on the bench for us against Nottingham Forest. Great. That's all I ask of you, lad.
When he scored to Tegan, I said, he'll be on the calzones in Amalia tonight. And the lad next to me, John, went, I'm going to Amalia tonight.
That's funny. Why are all Scousers called John, by the way?
John Witherspoon, his name was. So I'll always remember it.
John.
He's got a flat in Jamaica Street that he wants to rent me out one day as well. So shout out to a man like John. Fantastic. With his turkey teeth as well. I'm sure he won't mind me saying.
Do you think that Chiesa could play in the middle?
Through the middle?
Yeah.
Do you remember when we played Sterling through the middle under Rodgers a few times? Pure pace.
Yeah.
Can he hold the line? Can he time his runs perfectly? Can he peel off? Can he drop in and go in behind? I don't know.
He can't do any of this.
But if he's got the pace, and you can see he's decent, one-on-one, he's not awful. It's an option, but if you're asking me, I'd rather play Diaz.
I can't figure out what he's good at. That's what it is right now. I've only seen him for like literally 90 minutes, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, so I need to see more from him. Good start, I guess. And I want to see what he's like against the Premier League team. That's it, really. So
this is the question now. Let's see him carry on that into the Premier League. I want to see starts in some games. I want to see minutes coming off the bench. I want to see impact.
Intensity.
It's what I want to see. So listen, it's the start of his Liverpool journey now. We can draw a line in the sand now and say, listen, the last few months, whatever's happened, it's happened. You haven't been at your fittest. We haven't trusted you to play. It's been very frustrating for you, I'm sure, but also the fans who want to see more of you. But let's draw a line in the sand under Chiesa now, and let's say, look, whatever happens from here happens. You could end up as a Premier League winner at the end of the season. So Hopefully. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, overall, really happy with that performance, and Plymouth in the next round.
Yeah, team that we've beat before and can definitely put a weekend side out again with the kids, and we're very lucky that we've got these two draws, mate, because we're playing more games, and we're playing more games than Arsenal now, who are now knocked out of the FA Cup.
True.
And potentially going to be knocked out of the Carabao Cup as well. So we do need moments where we can rotate the squad, and Plymouth and Accrington Stanley are perfect teams to do that against, lads. So I'm happy with that draw, to be honest.
Do you know what? Do you still wish that Wayne Rooney was the manager of Plymouth?
Yeah, just so we could beat him in it, lad. P-Mac said that actually this morning. He said that, we were talking about it, but it is what it is, lad. We have still just go there, do our job, lad, and he can have a little look, and if he's still got some feelings for them, he'd be disappointed. But
they actually went to Brentford and won 1-0 as well in the cup. Which, I mean, what is it with this new manager bounce? It doesn't matter which team you play. They've lost how many games in a row under Rooney, and they go to Brentford, where they've only lost once this season, a couple of weeks ago, and beat them. Football's a crazy game, It makes no sense.
That's the beauty of the FA Cup. It's a one-off game, right?
Magic.
That's the point. Anyone can beat anyone on a one-off. That's why Liverpool need to keep the mentality feeling good at the moment around the club, because it goes a long way. It goes a lot further than what you do on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about yourself, the club, and your team is super important. So we have to go into Tuesday feeling like them Plymouth players on top of the world. And believe that we're going to win this Premier League, because I know Nottingham Forest are going to be coming at us like they want to go win this.
They went through in the cup as well, so they'll be having that same feeling. Defensively, really strong.
I'm mentally there now, lad. That's where I am mentally. I've done the Accrington Stanley game. Boss, we needed to win. We did. We should have. All of that stuff. Great. Trent scored a screamer. Wonderful. Now let's get back to business and win the Premier League, because that's all my eyeballs and fingers and toes, like, they're pointing towards that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as I said, season defining week, and we go into this Forest game with a bit of confidence. Just to let you guys know, we will be at Box Park Liverpool for this one tomorrow night. We've been bringing the energy, the atmosphere there all season, and we've had some big games in Box Park Liverpool already this season. United 3-0, just to name one.
Yeah.
I think the last time we were there, we drew. So we need to win this one for sure. And it's always a good vibe in there. Great food, top drinks in there as well. So we'll be there on Tuesday, do the fan cams, the match day vlog for you as well. And we have got a separate Nottingham Forest preview coming out today at 5 o'clock. So stick around for that one as well. A word about Arsenal, right? Because I'm sure the whole world was watching yesterday. Obviously, really disappointing for Arsenal to see that Gabby Jesus has now ruptured his ACL. That's a real nasty one. His luck with injuries is dreadful.
Compounding that they need another striker, because Havertz can't finish and Jesus can't stay on the pitch long enough to build any form to be consistent.
Yeah,
they're dying, suffering for a striker, lad.
Can't lie though, bro. The content on the back of
it's great. That's where they made the career, lad. That's where it's all come from, lad.
It's unbelievable. Full circle. Bro. It's unbelievable.
Poor
right?
Turkish lad. I like
Because Robbie gives it and gives it and gives it and gives it, and then he has to stand there in the freezing cold, listening to people like Yardman say, "We're not gonna win nothing, Robbie. He must go, Robbie. He must." Turkish, bro. I have to clap him. That was a Grammy Oscar-winning performance from him, bro, on his own channel, on his fan cam. Yeah.
What did he say?
Quite simply unbelievable.
What's the song? Waka haka.
Hey, da, 60 million down the drain. It was.
Never sing that song again.
Yeah, that's what he said. But when you look at them, right, are they... I mean, obviously, you know, if you look at the table, they're the main ones in terms of challenging us. But mentally, are they done?
No, right, because are Liverpool done?
No.
Yeah, well, I would say that both teams have suffered fatigue in the exact same moments of the season, which makes Liverpool very fortunate, because if this was City, they'd have no mercy. They'd already be top of the league, clear by 3 points or something stupid, and be laughing at us right now for drawing as many games as we have. So, whilst this is great to look at Arsenal being poor, we have to also look at ourselves now and go, right, we have to capitalise on this, because they keep drawing, they keep losing, and that won't last forever, lad. So we've got to make sure we kick on with our form before we start laughing at anybody else. But is it funny?
Of course
it's great,
it is.
lad. It's hilarious.
Like we said, shame about the Arsenal.
Like, honestly.
And listen, right, United go through, so I think they play Leicester in the next round. Ruud van Nistelrooy going back to Old Trafford there, but I mean, the amount of chances that Havertz missed was criminal for someone that's on that money. Lad, you know, 280 grand a week. He's missing like 2-yard out sitters, bro.
He makes
missing
me feel
the penalty
better
as
about
well.
Nunes, because I'm like, oh, it's not just us that has them strikers that don't strike.
Yeah,
you know what I like?
No, it's
the one where it comes down
it's a
to
pandemic,
and he it falls onto his lap, and then just places itself down in front of the goal. Quite literally, all you have to do, my mate, is just get it into the big massive goal hole there. And it's harder to miss than it is to score, lad. Yeah. So let's just put it in the net. And he whacks it over the bar, lad. Honestly, I couldn't believe my eyes. That's when the moment when you go, there it is.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, lad. I just kept doing that over and over.
So I was thinking typical Arsenal, and it was never a penalty by the way.
No.
And listen, I'm not sticking up for United. I hate United more than anyone, but they had a red card, which was never a red card. Right, Dallo, 60th minute, goes off. They played an hour with 10 men.
Yep.
All I'm hearing from Robbie all season is, no, you can't win with 10 men. Look at us. We nicked a few draws. Listen, again, no praise to United, but you kind of have to take your hat off a little bit and say they dug in. Really good finish from Bruno. Technique was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable finish.
And then Havertz misses the pen, and then they nick it.
Odegaard.
No, Havertz missed the pen, bro.
Was it
in the shootout?
It wasn't?
Oh, in the
shootout.
They lost 5-3.
Odegaard missed the penalty in the game.
In the game, and then scored in the shootout.
That
and then
keeper,
Havertz
by the way,
missed.
for Man United was the maddest keeper. He had great goalkeeping abilities, but the second you put the ball at his feet, he literally didn't know how to play football, lad. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like that before.
Nick Pope's a bit like that. I don't know if you've watched him kick a ball.
Old school goalkeeper, lad. Boss goalie, but crap goalie.
Not trained with the feet all week.
Good goalie, crap footballer.
You know, like warm-ups where you just get 10 blokes pinging balls at you from like 10 yards. That's where he's good.
He kept going to the left and going off. I was like, what is he doing with them goal kicks? Honestly, and that's another thing. The amount of times Manchester United were turning the ball over to Arsenal and going, yeah, here's the ball, do something with it. And Arsenal just...
It was a shit game to watch, but also because it was so shit, and they were both so shit, it's actually quite entertaining for the neutral. I was watching it yesterday, just laughing throughout.
That's what I was about to say, lad. just watching all them missed chances, knowing all the boys that are in the studio and ladies just going, I
did watch
a hate watch, can't lie.
Yeah,
hate both of you.
Yeah. Sure. Do you remember that? What's that kid from Simpsons when he goes?
Yeah, Nelson.
Is it Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson.
Oh, that was me yesterday. That was me. But yeah, listen, Arsenal are my trophy. They are out once again. No domestic cups for them. They've only got the Premier League and the Champions League.
I mean, they could come back against Newcastle at St James's Park.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
They could score 3 goals at St James's Park.
But they'll concede, though, if they do. And Saliba, fallen off, bro.
They've got no Saka, no Jesus, Havertz, that's a donkey. And honestly, Saliba got twisted about 20 times by Joshua Zirkzee yesterday. He got knocked like 2 times in a row. Then he fell over, and his teammate fell over the top of him.
Yes.
Don't know if you've seen that. that could never be Virgil. Just so you know that, lads. Yeah,
never.
But that did happen to William.
I think he's overhyped.
I'm not going to say that, but that he did get smoked yesterday by Joshua Zirkzee, and we do have to mention that because it was
Arsenal
atrocious.
have got Tottenham. Do you know what? Tottenham are just such a weird football team. How can you go 100 minutes of football and not score a goal against a National League team?
Beat us.
And they beat us.
How'd you do that?
But don't worry, they'll get theirs. But there's a small part of me that would love it if they could go to the Emirates on Wednesday and do us a little favour before we do ourselves a favour and smoke them.
It's on form as well, right, isn't it? Because they don't win, loss. Now it's your time for another win, lad, against a big team, and then go and play someone like, I don't know, go and play Ashton Stanley. You might lose against them, lads. You know what I mean? Just that's what they do.
Bro, 100 minutes and you're not scoring against Tamworth.
I watched that entire game and it was atrocious, lad. They were poor to the core, lad. I can't explain how bad they were. But
lucky they got extra time.
To Tamworth, they were dogged. You could tell all of them lads just wanted to kick the crap out of everybody and not give anything away. But it was always going to tell. As soon as any team, Premier League team, goes to extra time against the lower league side, it's time.
Bringing on Solanke, Kulusevski,
inevitable, lad.
Son.
Premier League teams, fitness, focus, everything, coaching comes into play then. And the lads that are, lecturing in Nottingham University or working in the Asda or delivery drivers or Zara or something, they don't have the fitness that these kids are getting paid millions of pounds to have. So it's a bit unfair.
But
to
the heart,
them,
the passion,
which is why
the
I like
desire
the replay element of it, because you play them to get a replay to play at the big ground. But
also, if you sold yourself out to the sun, you can hold it.
As we're supposed to say that.
Literally,
but
can hold
don't care.
Don't care.
Don't care.
So yeah, what a mad weekend of the FA Cup. That was what a weekend that was then. So this week we're gonna, like I said, do a separate preview for the Forest game, but season defining, bro. I cannot stress to you how much Arne Slot wants to win this game and avenge.
The only
but
thing,
we'll save it for the preview.
Yeah, because I've got so much, like, my brain's taken with this one, lad. I've been thinking about it.
And it's more. I think it's more personal for you as well.
Yeah, because it's my birthday, lad.
We lost to them on your birthday.
We booked the whole thing away in Wales. Yeah, a big massive house. Yeah, I had about 12 people come. We brought some missus. We all brought our girlfriends, and that was dead sweet and wholesome. We put the game on. We've had loads of food all morning. Everything's dead nice. Put the game on. We're like, yeah, it's not. Forest gonna smoke these at Anfield.
September 14th.
Yeah,
this was.
And then we just sat there and watched us get picked apart, misplaced passes, terrible performance, and lose. And that was it. The day was ruined for me. I literally couldn't remember the rest of the
weekend.
Day. It was just a big noise going.
In fact, I want a refund from that weekend. Barney's done the press conference this morning, so in the preview we'll have all of his little quotes there. And then, like I said, Brentford away as well. So it's a season-defining week. I won't say it again. But
It's
this
huge.
week, if we win both of these games, how would you feel on Monday when we do this time next week? Let's give you lose one, win both, lose both.
Right, so this is how I was feeling. Before we started drawing on that, I was like, we might actually win this league. Like, in my brain, I was like, oh my days, we are the best team in the league. We're not the best team the league's ever seen, but this is, without doubt, the most consistent, stable team in this Premier League, right? Cool. And then we kept withdrawing a little bit, so my mind's starting to go, why is this happening to us again? We have that January drop off again, and then City catch up to us, and then we just can't do it again for the rest of the season. But if we get across the line against these two fantastic teams in Nottingham Forest and Brentford, I will start to believe that we can do it again. I'm not saying we are going to, but I will believe it again, lad, because they will show me, back us, because we can do it in the crunch moments, and these are crunch moments. These next two games are must wins, no dropping points, cannot afford to draw at all. There's no drawing or losing in these next two games. It has to win. And I do think the thing that's given me confidence, I shouldn't really say because we've got a preview, I've got a little bit of confidence for one thing, which you'll find out in the preview when you watch that video as well. Yeah.
Lovely. And then after that, with all due respect to Lille, who are actually doing very well in the French league, we're already through in the Champions League.
So we don't. I'm up to losing.
Gas,
I'm okay to lose.
Foot to the pedal in this week for 2 away games.
Yeah.
And then it's Lille and Ipswich at home.
I'm okay to lose the Lille game. I'm not. Don't want to never lose a game.
If it means that,
I'm okay to play all the kids against Lille, give them some Champions League experience. In fact, get Jayden Dans on a Champions League game. I want to see that. Tyler Morton, get him on the game. Wataru, I want him starting as well, lad. I want all these youngsters, McConnell, get them playing in a Champions League game. That would be huge for them. And great advertisements if they have a good game to the rest of the leagues in Europe. Do that. That's smart. Just thought of it.
Ipswich
Michael Edwards. Get me in, lad.
Yeah.
But
Do your job and get the contract signed as well, mate.
I just want to say, by the way, I was thinking about this, Michael Edwards has done the most Michael Edwards thing that's ever been Edwards in Edward life. Arne Slot, lad.
Yeah.
Nobody on this planet, including me and you, thought that Arne Slot was going to do this good except for
I hear that.
Michael Edwards.
I do hear that.
That's insane,
but
bro.
Mike Edwards, Richard Hughes, I would like some news on the contracts, please.
So would I.
We've offered Trent the deal about a week ago.
Yeah.
What's happened there?
Not hold me breath for Trent.
Trent, we've given him the deal now that he was after all this time. Let's get Mo and Virgil wrapped up, because I genuinely believe what I'm about to say, Doyle. The only reason Liverpool don't win the Premier League is these contracts derail our season.
I agree.
So let's just get them sorted. I'm sick to the back teeth. I'm tired. Yeah. I'm fatigued about talking. I don't even want to say the word contract anymore. Yeah.
It's January as well. January with all the talks around it in the media. There's everywhere. You've seen about links about Harvey Elliott leaving and all this stuff.
Not going to happen.
We just need to get it boxed off. And I think there'll be 2 contract announcements by the end of January. Well, that's what I expect. Because that's what you're just saying about it affecting our season. I expect the club to be professional enough and have the nous to be aware that this is going to affect us unless you get this done now.
Yeah,
you have to just box it off, and then we can focus on what's
done.
important, which is Liverpool winning the Premier League, the club earning money, and us kicking on with that momentum. Yeah, so we can get more players in, win more, be successful as a business. Be smart about this. Get it done. I totally agree, lad. It needs to be fixed.
Totally agree with you as well. So that's Hot Kopics, the podcast, right? Let us know what you thought of the episode. How did you feel after the Accrington Stanley game? Were you laughing at the Arsenal yesterday? Let us know. And what are your feelings going into this season-defining week? Because, boy, revenge isn't
we've got
the word.
Nottingham Forest and then Brentford before the next Hot Kopics.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. 2 games this week.
Look at this. Yeah, that's a smile. Hopefully, I'll be coming back with one of them, lad, because it better not be one of these.
No,
it needs to be that.
It can't be.
Yeah.
It literally can't be. And I'll tell you what, if someone said, hey, when would you not like to play Nottingham Forest? I would have said, I don't know, like a Tuesday, like a 8 o'clock maybe in January.
Game, yeah.
I don't know, freezing cold. Yeah, I'd hate that. That's what you got.
Yeah.
No, but I said I'd hate that. You haven't listened. So, no, honestly, such an important week. And hopefully this time next week, we're sitting here. I'll be honest with you, bro. With at least an index finger on the trophy.
This podcast, right, makes everything more poignant. It makes everything feel more deeper because we have to come back and live it. We have to feel the emotions again. And honestly,
Monday morning, we're the first podcast that goes out in the Liverpool fandom.
It is, yes. You know that
on a Monday morning, it's the first one that goes out. So.
Yeah, I just want this energy to feel good again on a Monday morning with us winning, and it's been a bit poor the last month, I would say. Yeah. So I just want to come back.
Still enjoyed it.
Feel good about the team. Yeah, absolutely. But we need to kick on now and just win these games, mate. I want to come back next Monday and be like, what? Hold it and all of that sausage. Yeah, all of that stuff.
All of that, bro. Yeah. And then go and eat a sausage in the cafe after.
Yeah. It'd be nice because I'll enjoy it with
probably a pause. But yeah, shame about the ass now.
Pause, lad.
Right.
Sausage butty you meant.
Yes, that's obviously what I meant. Right, I've got DR today, so I'll be cooking on there. Yeah. Hopefully, I pray. Do you know what? Would you take a draw right now? Actually, save it for the preview. Save it for the preview.
What?
Save it for the preview. Save it for the preview.
No.
Right, this has been a fun episode because we've won. Let's hope the next time we sit on these sofas, it's also a fun episode because we've won 2 more games.
Please.
Smash that like button. We've actually tagged Doyle's YouTube channel now in the title. Yeah. Good. I've been telling you this for years. 5 years I've told you this.
And I've got one
get
now,
uploading. Are you uploading shorts now?
Yeah, shorts. So I'm doing all my stuff that you usually see on Instagram and TikTok, but just now on YouTube shorts. And I will be doing YouTube videos as well. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly that's going to look like.
Haven't you got a collab with Scouse GK coming out?
Yeah, I do. You know Joe from the channel.
Nice little
He's huge on YouTube.
Kop TV collab.
You should have a look at his channel as well. And we're going to do a little Come for a Kick About. That's my new series. And yeah, come have a little gig of it when I've posted it. I'll definitely be letting you know on this channel. Believe me, this is me plug this.
Well, literally, like, we're tagging the title with your channel in it.
Boss,
so all you need to do is click on what's the actual channel?
Freestyle DM 92, because that's the only one I can get.
Freestyle DM 92. It's in the title here somewhere.
Thank you.
Around here. So click that. Subscribe to Doyle. Nice. Great content coming out. I'll probably jump on.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be definitely on. So will Robbie. So will Ty. So everybody in the studio is going to get a little Come for the Kick About with me, lad. That's what it's all about. Community feel and just getting to know people a little bit more, and also laughing at them while they try and learn a football trick because It's not
You'll
easy
be
for
laughing
them.
at Ty and Robbie for sure. Stiff, right? I've seen milk turn quicker into cheese.
Do you remember the video that he did ages ago running up that hill?
Yeah, that was in Sefton Park, you know.
No, lads.
That video.
It was a
It's
little
crazy,
bit, wasn't it?
Right, it's been a fun episode. We've smiled a lot. Let's hope we are this way inclined next week as well. Smash that like button, get your comments in, subscribe to the Kop TV, subscribe to Freestyle DM 92, and we'll see you next week. Take care.